Mein Kampf starts with a small Austrian town where a young Adolf Hitler grows up feeling out of place. He lives with his strict father, who wants him to become a government worker. But Hitler dreams of becoming an artist instead. The town feels too small for his big dreams, and he longs to move to Vienna, the grand capital city. In the crowded streets of Vienna, Hitler arrives full of hope but faces many disappointments. The art academy rejects him twice. The beautiful buildings of Vienna now seem to mock his failed dreams. He lives in cheap boarding houses and works odd jobs to survive. During this time, he begins to develop strong opinions about politics and different groups of people. In the trenches of World War I, Hitler finds a purpose he never had before. The muddy battlefield becomes his home for 4 years. He serves as a message runner, a dangerous job carrying information between units. Hitler feels proud to be a German soldier, even though he was born in Austria. The war gives him a sense of belonging and brotherhood. In a military hospital with bandages over his eyes, Hitler hears the shocking news that Germany has lost the war. The clean white walls of the hospital become a prison of anger as he recovers from being temporarily blinded by gas. He believes Germany didn't really lose on the battlefield but was stabbed in the back by certain groups within Germany. The hospital room is where his political mission begins. In the beer halls of Munich, Hitler finds his voice as a political speaker. These noisy rooms, filled with tables and angry veterans, become his first political stage. People are upset about Germany's defeat and the harsh Treaty of Versailles. Hitler joins a small political group called the German Workers' Party and quickly becomes its leader, renaming it the National Socialist German Workers' Party, Nazi Party. Behind the thick walls of Landsberg prison, Hitler sits at a small desk writing his ideas after a failed attempt to take over the government. The prison cell becomes an office where he dictates much of Mein Kampf, my struggle, to his loyal follower Rudolf Hess. In these pages, Hitler blames specific groups for Germany's problems and outlines his vision for Germany's future. He believes Germany needs more land and should become the strongest country in Europe. Through the chapters of his book, Hitler creates a twisted map of history where certain races are superior to others. This imaginary landscape places Aryan Germans at the top and other groups at the bottom. He writes about his hatred for Jewish people and communists, blaming them for many problems. The book explains his belief that different races should not mix and that the strongest should rule over the weaker. In the final passages of his writing, Hitler describes his vision of a new German empire. This dream landscape would stretch across much of Europe, giving Germans what he calls living space. He believes a strong leader should have complete control, rather than a democracy where people vote. The book ends with Hitler positioning himself as the person who can restore Germany to greatness and overcome the shame of World War I.